Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced. Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alright people, it looks like we are live at 5 once again. Yeah, it's all fun and games. But let's get on with the show. Here we go. As this is the bit I'm learning from. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. So we've still got other mining pools plural. Squeezing those who are feeling the heat in the kitchen. If you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, you need to get out, which is what Binance is doing. And look, they can't stand the heat in the kitchen, so they've jumped onto Bcrash. You know, they are sweating, and Antpool. Dear oh dear. We'll go over what might be happening in the future in just a second. So let's get into the goss. Yes, so this is really what I want to go on. First thing to report, we have now got BSV Florida up and running. Hasn't tweeted yet because of the new site, but loving this. Loving the banner picture there for Florida. Loving the banner picture there. Florida literally being the probably the most populous state in the United States for BSVers. I'd probably say like 70% of all the our American friends across the pond seem to be living in the Sunshine State of Florida. Which is pretty nice. Can't wait to go and visit. As soon as BSV hits $1,200, that's my that's the price I've got in my diary. And so I said, I'm still staggered. I mean, looking at the movements on this on Clank, the biggest blockchains. I mean, look, this is another huge movement. 12,391 Bitcoin, totaling $147,145,000. You know, USD moved. I mean, it's something is going on. I can't understand why nobody else is reporting on this. I mean, I'm looking at it just thinking like, whoa. And there was another one I reported on as well. Yeah, this one, look. I mean, this is huge. Look, 13,000. And this is moved from multiple addresses to unknown wallet. And they're all the same. So multiple addresses to unknown wallet. So it looks like they're being loaded up. If you ask me, like you would stockpile ammunition. That's what I think. So I just thought I may as well just remind everybody that this is what Craig did say, although he'd also said that he wasn't going to do this now, but something along these lines looks like, it's something is lining up, I think. So anyway, this is what he said. We'll just go through this, and this is quite a while ago. He said, long-term advance notice, we plan to sell a large volume of BTC for USD. This will occur on a single exchange as a rolling iceberg order. So again, a rolling iceberg order, iceberg is when bits like fall off it. So just more and more and more and more chunks. So I'm just saying this would explain why, all these BTC sent from multiple addresses to an unknown wallet. To me, it looks like icebergs being built up, if you ask me. So exchange is a rolling iceberg order followed by significant orders of other exchanges. It is expected that the value will drop significantly and be matched by a 10x leverage short. The network hash will be throttled at this time, limiting all movements to and from exchanges. So, limiting all movements to and from exchanges. So, BTC they're going to get wiped out. Only spending the unrecognized SegWit transactions to miners and our own exchanges. So again, he's talking about our own exchanges. So, is something coming? Are more exchanges going to be launched, or exchanges on their side, or who knows? Will be processed in blocks. All other transactions will be rejected from blocks and will lead to UTXO congestion. A total of 51% of BTC network prior to the price drop will be added. So I'm guessing that's like a 51% attack. So this is where all the miners are going to have to work together. So miners should see now the mistake that they initially made. Because they went along with Blockstream's narrative, stairs you are, we don't think it could do this. Just stick with us and we'll build a second layer. That's totally centralized and controlled by us. What is it that they didn't initially understand? Did they think that this block reward halving wasn't going to happen? It is brutal. It is brutal. Your block reward every 4 years gets cut by 50%, which effectively means the value of your Bitcoin needs to almost increase by 50% at least every 4 years in order to cover your costs and make a profit, to counteract this block reward halving. So they would have seen this by now. So if you ask me, I would say, when he says here a total of 51% of the BTC network prior to the price drop already added, I would say this is miners, realizing the mistakes that they've made, and they're just like, right, we're in a sticky situation now. How do we get out of this? Because clearly Blockstream didn't have our interests at heart when they were telling us this load of BS. So now they're just like, right, we need to have they are the miners. They sustain the network. Without them, the network will crumble. And if they cannot financially cover their own costs, they will crumble. And the network crumbles. It's so blatantly obvious. It's ridiculous. But maybe now it's just so obvious to them. They're just like, actually, you were right. We need to play this. We need to work together to rid this centrally controlled shitcoin that's currently got a stranglehold on the market, because we need the price there in order to cover our running costs. So yeah, that's maybe what I think is a scenario that could play out. Who knows? The sale will align to a reward halving. Well, obviously he got caught out with that. I can't imagine. 4 years to leave it another 4 years is risking it. It's way too late. We need adoption. We need the increase in the price in order to sustain the miners. And the longer we leave this, the less chance there is of this technology having the desired impact on the world that we want it to. It's economically sustained. So, you know, something has got to happen. I'm just furious. I mean, this is why I say, stupid people are dangerous people, because they do stupid things, like inconsiderate things. Like this, you go, oh, it's a store of value, not many use it. Oh, just jeepers. Absolutely insanity, you know. But, I mean, in the UK where we are, where I am, we now have the health and safety executive. And initially when that first came out, I was like, this is insane. Like, why on earth would people need to be told such obvious stuff? But now I can see it's just like, wow, people need this health and safety executive to stop themselves from doing damage to themselves. Because literally they are utterly clueless and stupid. So, yeah, just crazy. But Darwinian theory played out, as we are experiencing right before our very eyes. So once the network adjusts to this new difficulty, the miners will be turned away from BTC. Mined blocks will be actively rejected and spend all so-called SegWit blocks as these are minor gift under the original rules. These are a minor gift under the original rules. There will be no further details at this point going forward. All this will be disclosed to ensure all securities and forex trading laws in the USA and the UK are strictly abided by. So yeah, that's a good thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this 50% of the BTC network. I mean, they have to have explained this to miners and have miners be willing to participate in this in order to 50%. Add 50% of the BTC network prior to the price drop. But I mean, they're gonna. This is gonna prevent movements to and from exchanges. So I honestly think he just wants to, I mean, as they sort of deserve to be. These shitcoiners are like vermin. They need to be gone. Literally, they need to be gone. So they do not have any power or any say. Oh no, we want that shitcoin back. Just do one, mate. Get lost. So you can't give them a chance to exchange their shitcoin BTC for Bitcoin, because then they could just simply swap it back again if they wanted to. They literally have to be wiped off the face of the planet. It is going to be brutal. A lesson learnt is all I can say. Is if something like this happens, and something like this has to happen. It has to happen because it's going to take too long to outcompete them. And there are too many utter douchebags out there to try and explain this to, because they'll just simply never understand it. So yeah, a heavy hand has to be moved. Is what I would say to that. But I mean, something's happening. I mean, they're just staggering the amount of movements that's going on. But again, that's just a theoretical scenario that could play out. So this was interesting. This was just an article that Craig had published in Slack. So we'll just have a quick read of this while we're here. So this is what he said. He said, what most people don't realise is that once the first case is heard in court, everything falls apart for these guys. One by one, I will target every single one of the fake news creating scumbags who are saying all sorts of defamatory material against me. One by one, I will take them down and ensure that they are not only bankrupted, but if they open their mouth to defame me again, that they will see that freedom of speech does not include libel. Long-term justice, opposing false views, standing up for truth. And he's got a quote here from the Ephesians. It says, therefore, having put away falsehood, let each one of you speak the truth with his neighbour, for we are members one of another. Yeah, very, very good, very good. I wish they were, but this is not about me. This is what you are. This is what you are not understanding. It was only me. I would not be. Oh, I guess that's meant to be if. If it was only me, I would not be doing this. Every person who is vulnerable and open to the marketing that is done by these scammers and loses money is one that will do so more if I do not act. That's true. They're just going to get deeper and deeper into it, thinking that they're making loads of money. A little while ago, Unilevel took a stance against Facebook. It's important that all of us take a stance against fake news and the dissemination against falsehood. I'm wealthy more than I'll ever spend, but this is not what it's about. It's about ensuring a healthy environment for necessary technology, not the promotion of the lies and the dissemination of information concerning anarchy. It is the promotion of a system that can deliver exponential returns, not because of pumping and dumping, but because of hard work and building systems that are honest. None of these people understand what cryptographic proof is. The concept is meaningless. They just pile on because they are vulnerable to hucksters who can take advantage of certain parts of the community of society. And that's wrong. More, I am responsible. Not only did I create Bitcoin, but I also allowed my fear to eat at me until I walked away and left the lies to fester. Now it's a harder task. It will take far more work now than it would 10 years ago to fix the fake news. But that's my problem because I caused it. I walked away. Now I have to face my responsibilities. The only way to oppose this fake news and anarchist threat is by using order. The only way is to go to court and stand up and face everything. And that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. If I had approached this differently 10 years ago, I would have had a different life. I would have had one where I could hide aspects of my existence that I don't like from the world, but now I can't because if I'm seeking radical truth, then the complete truth for everything has to come out. If I want a society that my children will be proud to live in, that I will be proud for them to be in, that my family would want and I would want that, I need to stand up and face my demons and face my accusers and demonstrate things correctly, not the easy way, the right way. No matter what the cost is. Yeah, I'm passionate post there from CSW. Yeah, in total admiration of his conviction and what he's trying to create, what he's trying to do for people to make them good. In a nutshell, basically. So this was just a little bit of a history I put in here of Bitcoin because some people didn't know this. So a bit of Bitcoin history. It was the 18th of August 2008 that the name bitcoin.org was registered. And it was the 31st of October 2008 that the Bitcoin white paper was released and posted to a cryptographic mailing list. Indeed it was. Indeed it was. And this is another post. So we'll just chat about this for a second. So I said it's about time the world started thinking of the Bitcoin BSV blockchain as the foundation layer for all digital technology. Only one foundation layer is needed, and BSV is it. So this actually follows on with the story that I published here about the power of its decentralized distributed single ledger. So I'm just going to bring this image up here to talk about it as to give an example of what's just been said there. Let's see if I can enlarge this. There we go. So I imagine sort of where this B is here. This is like, I suppose actually that's the world there, and this outer circumference here, I imagine this to be the Bitcoin network. That's how I imagine it. This is the Bitcoin network that that the entire digital world is built upon, because this digital network has no central point of authority, control, or influence, and it's economically sustained. So it's literally the neutral layer that the entire digital world can be built on. This is like a metaphor for how I see it. I think I might try and actually sort of or come up with an image that explains it even more clearly than this one. But this really is what Bitcoin is. It's the foundation to every single future digital technology that it can be built on. Because at the moment they're just sort of building it, it's on centralized servers. They can just simply be cracked, hacked, altered, changed, deleted. The data is not secure. That's why they, record it in multiple locations and employ different services like, Microsoft Cloud and Amazon Web Services and stuff like that. Whereas now everything can be built on this layer. This layer that is economically sustained. And even let's say if the world does run on this, you can't even get hackers saying, oh, we're going to take it down. Say, well, if you take it down, then you can't get paid your ransom that you're asking for. Because everything is going to be running on that layer. So even criminals won't be targeting it. Because criminals won't get any money if you take this is basically effectively the Bitcoin is almost like the hand that feeds you. As you all know, you do not bite the hand that feeds you because you won't get fed. that's what Bitcoin is to the digital world. The hand that feeds you. I was just getting deep and meaningful. I think Calvin actually shared one of these. Oh, maybe it was the next one. So this is the one I said to summarize. Yeah. So I said to summarize, the Bitcoin BSV blockchain is the foundation layer for all future digital technologies, secured and underpinned by economic principles. And I was just like, I'm getting better at explaining this more and more succinctly. So I've actually explained Bitcoin in one sentence there, without even the use of commas. So I was just like, I get this now. People have called it the plumbing layer. I don't really like using the word plumbing, but it's the digital foundation layer. That's kind of like the thing that all these digital technologies can be built on. The truly decentralized. I just love Bitcoin. Love Bitcoin. The more I think about it, so that's only got two retweets. Let's see see if it was one of those. Look at that, yeah. Calvin tweeted that. Muchas gracias, Calvin. Thank you very much. Made my day. Badge of honor. But check this one out. This is an interesting article here by CoinGeek. So it just said Ethereum tokens at risk of fake deposit attack. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at this while we're here. I do enjoy these CoinGeek articles. When it comes up, here we go. So yeah, 1 billion Ethereum tokens at risk of fake deposit attack. At a time of increasing fraud and hacking attacks, the findings will raise further questions about the technology behind Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum is just an absolute pile of dog crap. Like, honestly, an absolute pile of dog crap. And again, all of this has come about because Blockstream were able to wrestle control of BTC and centralize it and prevent it from scaling. Like, think about it. The only reason Vitalik Buterin had created Ethereum is because he wanted to build it on the top of Bitcoin, and Blockstream just said no. So he's like, okay, I'll do it myself then. I can see use in this. But now he's built it on a platform, and it's the platform that doesn't have any credibility. The use case has been demonstrated. Like, you can do this. There's no value given to them, and he's built them on top of this layer of effectively thin ice. That literally it is going to crumble because it cannot be economically sustained and secured. Everything has to be built on Bitcoin. So none of this shitcoin market. Well, in fact, to be honest with you, I say none of it. All of it is the responsibility of Blockstream. It's time to ding a dong. Okay, right, we'll leave it there, people. So enjoy the rest of your day. We're on a bank holiday over here, so if you have a bank holiday where you are, hope you enjoy it. Hope the weather's treating you well. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given. See everybody soon. Catch you later. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity. www.streamanity.com/8084 and moneybutton.com.